Hello. Guess what? I think we're live. Are we live?
A ver, chequeemos.
Hi, everyone. We're just going to check whether we're live or not. Starting soon. I think we should be live. I think we are.
Is that in Awakening the Senses?
Yeah, here we go. Oh my God, look at my face.
Oh, there we are. There we are. There we are.
All right.
Oh, I don't know what happened to my thing.
Welcome to our first Facebook Live. Well, sort of.
Hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. What a special day to be doing a live. And we just wanted to share a bit of time with you, just telling you a little bit about today, the energy of today, but also some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. So welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome to 2023.
Yes, welcome to 2023. It's going really fast, like it's going for us.
We're already mid-February. So normally on a Tuesday we do our Spanish radio program, not today, but we will be doing it in March. But today we're just going to do a Facebook Live in English.
And a little bit in Spanish.
Un poco en español for those listening in Spanish. I'm just, hopefully everyone's getting the live. Yes, I think they are. Well done. Yes, we are. Excellent. So yeah, just again, Valentine's Day. It's funny. A lot of people always say, "Oh, you shouldn't just celebrate Valentine's or love of someone just on Valentine's." And it's true. I actually do agree with that. But today we just went for a nice little short dinner before we came on. It is nice to acknowledge it as well. And yes, okay, there's going to be moments throughout the whole year that you'll do things as a couple, and not even do things for yourself.
Yeah, the family or friends. But one of the things that we wanted to say about today is that there is an energy, a vibration of love at the moment, whether you believe in it or not. People are tuning into love because it's Valentine's. So many people are connecting to love, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to connect to that vibration. And I was just saying on a video that I shared today, only a few days ago, I think there was an earthquake, and there was a lot of fear, and we all connected to that fear of what happened in the earthquake. Not only fear, but also sadness. And we need to be aware how the energy and frequency of the planet that many people are feeling affects us all. And that's why today, although, as I said, not many people might believe or not, the reality is that many are tuning into love. And it's a fantastic opportunity for all of us to tune into love as in whatever way it's represented in your life, and use that love to heal. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about.
I mean, this whole thing about what is love, I think we put it on the description of today's little chat, tune into love. And it did ask, we did want to explore that whole thing about, well, what is love? Okay, so when people do connect to love, particularly on Valentine's Day, or we give a symbol of our love or gratitude, like a rose or whatever, what is that in the context of a relationship? But also when you're not in a relationship, and you've got interactions with people at work or got interactions with family, friends, what is love in that instance? And how do we really look at it beyond just that surface, that superficial love where we used the word today when we were chatting about sometimes we're very transactional with people. We put the brave face on, we smile, and sometimes that superficiality is perceived as being loving, and this is in no way a judgment of interactions, but it is maybe just something that we can explore when we're interacting with people. Are we doing it willingly? Are we doing it out of obligation? Or we are truly doing it in a loving, unconditional way?
And also, I guess that the other question will be, is there more love for me to feel? And not necessarily, when we talk about the love that we're talking about today, it's not necessarily that love that we feel for someone else, a relationship, or your children, but that power that is within all of us, that is transformative power, that is healing power, and that it really can create miracles. And I'll just giving you an example. When you're in a relationship, in whatever relationship you are, even a work relationship, and you have that judgment towards that person, and that experience keeps getting more difficult, more challenging. And then one day you realize that you have the power to create changes, and you change the way you feel about that person, and you might start sending them love or understanding or compassion, and how that dynamic changes. And I'm sure that many of you have experienced relationships that just heal only by us changing our perception. And it is very important for us to become more aware and more aware of that power, and how we hold sometimes people and situations stiff because of our judgments, and how easy it is to free those situations and people when we change our perception. And this definitely includes looking within and healing whatever.
I mean, we all have. Who's got an ex here? You've got an ex too, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people that have exes, whether they're ex-wives, ex-partners, ex-employees,
ex-bosses,
ex-bosses, ex-friends. I mean, really have a think about what your relationship is with those exes, whatever those examples that we've got. And as Nancy said, how we can become behold. I think that's how you say it. We can become behold to that judgment or that perception or that whatever it is to that person, because I don't know, it makes us feel better, or it, somehow we're able to rationalize what we're feeling by saying, well, this is the reason I'm feeling this way.
Blaming.
Without taking full ownership of that emotion, because otherwise we're not going to feel that emotion, because we're going to go straight to our head and say, well, this is the reason I'm feeling this way, and not really feel what that is.
And one and I'm just going to challenge you, the ones that are listening and that will be listening, and just challenge your emotions towards your ex-partner or spouse. And one of the things that is important for us to understand is that when we close our hearts towards someone, we actually close our hearts to everybody. And yes, sometimes people get really happy when they go, oh yeah, he loves me, or she loves me more than what she or he loved the ex-partner, or they don't love the ex-partner at all, like now I'm the number one. And yes, you are the relationship at the moment, but unless there's love and compassion to the other person, it will be hard for this relationship to have love and understanding, because there's still judgment towards the other person. There is aspects of the self that has not been healed and that will project in the new relationship. So it is not a good idea when your new partner tells you, I hate my ex. Definitely not a good idea. Of course, that sometimes it can be hard when the partner says, I love my ex, because in the moment we believe, oh my God, they're still in love. But we're talking about love, compassion, especially when we have children, like we have children with other people. And the idea is, yes, create harmony there, and then you'll be able to keep creating harmony in your new relationship. And it's very important for us to take ownership and responsibility of that.
It's interesting you said that in your new relationship, what you carry from your previous relationship to a new, it's the same thing about a job, right? If you're going into a new job with all the negative energy from the previous experience and whatnot, it's amazing what you can attract.
That's right.
What you might manifest will start repeating itself, because there's a tendency, and I felt there's often a tendency where we will look for the judgment, we will look for being attacked, we'll be looking for that opportunity to go, oh look, all employees are the same. And I think that will happen when in relationships, that happens in jobs, that happens in new houses, friendship, whatever the case may be. If we're not truly learning to let go and love the new experience, And that's the thing. We love the new experience because, again, whether that's going to be the right relationship this time round or work or whatever, we love this new experience because there's more learnings out of it. And sometimes that new learning will allow us to free ourselves from what it is that we were feeling before about the partner, ex-partner, or work or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
and also because it is all frequency, it's all vibration. So it depends on the vibration that you are at in regards to the past. It will be the vibration that you will meet in the next. So, for example, I'm looking for a house at the moment, and one of the things that I'm very clear is to raise my vibration, to accept the house that I'm in, to love the house that I'm in, because with that vibration, I will attract the next house. If I'm hating my house and
my
car or my current relationship,
not this one,
no, but or anything, that will be we will meet at that vibration. So always aim to raise your vibration to what you want to attract, and to do that, you definitely have to create peace within and see your experience with loving and compassion and loving kindness and more understanding. Definitely
unconditional love,
which is wow, for us human beings is so hard, but we are in an amazing times at the moment that we always talk about this in our programs and the workshops that we run. The planet is going through a transition, what is called evolution of consciousness, and humans are evolving with our planet. And many of us that are becoming aware of this evolution are really working on our hearts to open up our hearts, to expand the capacity to love. And this is what we're all doing, expanding our capacity to love. And yes, we expand it by meeting people that make us feel lots of love, but we're also expanding it by loving or accepting those people and situations that really challenges us. So, wow, what a little trip are we going through.
And look, it's been a tricky last couple of years, and there's been a lot of, I've thought of the word in Spanish, I can't think, fracasos, friction.
Fracasos.
Well, okay, frictions between family, friends. A lot's happened in the last couple of years, and going into 2023, I think that there was a big shift for us too, where we were probably in a bit of a hermit state in a way, in different aspects. We were still manifesting beautiful things, but in certain aspects, it was often very hard to express ourselves openly and honestly. And this year has been a shift, at least, and I invite everyone to have that that desire to be more collaborative, where it's not about necessarily doing everything yourself, because there's a very controlling nature about feeling that you can do everything yourself. But guess what? There's a bigger community around you, and often collaboration expands the heart. Sometimes it challenges, because it means you're letting go a little bit of the control about how you've done things in the past. But there's a beautiful learning to have where you start collaborating with people in your circle, perhaps people that are strangers that end up becoming people in your circle. There's a learning about that, and that's where there's a really interesting challenge when we start talking about unconditional love. It's not that you love that person intimately like you would your partner, but you love the essence of that person, what they bring into your life, as you would want them to feel the same thing about you, about what you're bringing to the relationship, a collaboration, in the same way that they're bringing their skills and talents into your world. And I think that's something we need to think a bit more about, because I think, it's very cliche to say together we achieve more, but I think that we all have talents, we all have skills. There's always going to be someone better than us doing something better. I've often talked about trying my best not to compare myself to other musicians, for example. What for? We've all got a level of skill and talent. There's always more to learn, and this is not a competition, no?
No, that's right. And each of us have a purpose. And like I always say, that moment in the supermarket queue that I say something to the cashier or the person in front, it's me, the one that is there. It's not you or you. So if we are always connected in regards to, yes, I'm going to give my best, in that moment you could say something to the person in front because you just feel like saying something, and that could change their lives. So it's very important. There's a story about this guy that he was very unhappy and he wanted to commit suicide, and he actually was going to commit suicide. And he said that he was going on the bus in United States, and he was crying and crying, sitting down in the bus. And he said, no one asked me what was happening. He said, if anyone would have asked me what was happening, I would probably would have not tried to commit suicide. I mean, the story goes that he actually tried to commit suicide, and the moment that he let go, he jumped from a bridge. The moment that he let go of the handle, he regretted it. He went like, oh my God, what am I doing? But it was too late. He actually fell, I don't know how many meters down to the river. He saved himself, and that's the story that he tells. So you never know the impact that you could have in someone's life just by being true to your heart and just saying those words that you need to say, even if it's a stranger. So I guess that's the message for today. Just keep loving. What else can we do? And loving doesn't mean to love only your partner or your children, but love. And I think we get very confused with love, and we think that if I love someone else, I need to act upon. And we're not talking about sexual relationships or anything like that. We're just talking about love. Our heart is so immense that we can actually love so many human beings. It's okay. We can have one relationship and still love other people. And I think it's very important for us to open up to that opportunity and just be there for service when we are needed.
There's a fine line. I mean, unconditional love has many different aspects, and when love, you can give love and it not be reciprocated. And so I think that's a challenge in itself, and knowing how much you're giving and not receiving. But there's a whole different discussion about unconditional love. Is okay, you can give, and then if it's not returned, you probably have to figure out how you navigate that in the context with if there's no two-way exchange of energy, because love is energy, right? Love is one of the highest frequencies, energetic frequencies on the planet, right? Apart from bliss, I think bliss is the highest energetic frequency. Shame is the opposite side. So very low vibrating emotion is shame. Bliss is the polar opposite. So love is on that high spectrum. But I can see as part of your journey in terms of loving, there's a lot of self-care to be had in that journey, because you can give and you can give and you can give, but if you're not taking care of yourself in that process, and it happens, and we'll talk a little bit about this later, but often when there's someone sick, family, a friend, it's very important in that process that when you're giving or being of service unconditionally to that person, that you don't hold that person as a victim, firstly, and secondly, that you make sure you fill your own cup in that process. And you ensure that when you're giving, you make sure you also are able to step back, don't take full responsibility of the giving, and work out how you can maintain your own energy levels to be important. Otherwise, I mean, it's funny, I was speaking to someone the other day and they said, if you don't take care of yourself and you get sick, then you're no good to no one.
That's right.
And so I think that's a really interesting discussion to have about love and what is unconditional love. And yes, you can give without expecting anything in return. That is the true essence of unconditional love. But in that process, you've got to make sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost in order to give that love unconditionally.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like, the example of the cup and just filling up the cup and, the overflowing the whatever the liquid that we're putting in the cup, that's what we give. We don't take out of our resources. We don't take out of ourselves. The more we give ourselves, the more our cup overflows of understanding, compassion, patience. The more we're overflowed, the more we can share with others. And that's the idea that we need to start learning, because I think we run low because we believe that we have to give from ourselves, and we hear of so many people that are just of service, and they're sick, they're exhausted, their relationships are in chaos, but they're still giving. And that's not the healthiest way of giving, because that will create resentment. That will create resentment, and the energy that you're pouring on someone else, it will be a waste, because it's not pure love. It's not pure energy, not pure love. Yeah. So the idea is the overflowing, because the overflowing, we give it with love because it's overflowing. We can actually give it. So what an amazing topic to talk about in Valentine's Day.
So we'll play a little bit of a song. This is got a song in Spanish called Mi Claridad. Whilst it's in Spanish, look beyond the words in Spanish, but Mi Claridad in English means the clarity, my clarity. And I think in this journey of love, in this journey of collaboration, in this journey of self-care, and we always talk about this in our radio program, is about first understanding that clarity. And the biggest sense of clarity is not about looking for it. You don't look for clarity. You surrender, and the clarity comes.
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it?
I love it.
Very
I love
good.
it.
Thank you.
Next
I'll take.
song.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because we try to think about. We try to think and rationalize what are the answers to this, and the answers come when we let go of that control, let go of the ego, because the ego wants to know the answers. Let go of that, and just seek the clarity through surrendering. So enjoy this next song, and then we'll be back soon.
Mi alma siempre cantará, y sobre el camino yo andaré. Las emociones que yo nunca entendí ahora son mi claridad. La paz no es fácil de vivir cuando la mente tiene voz. Tenemos todos la esperanza de despertar en unidad, en unidad. Me siento libre como paloma en su vuelo hacia el sol, hacia el sol. Me siento libre como una flor en su belleza y esplendor. Siento libre como paloma en su vuelo hacia el sol, hacia el sol. Siento libre como una flor en su belleza y esplendor, esplendor. La tierra siempre perdonará vidas hechas sin maldad. Aún hay tiempo si queremos recuperar la humanidad, la humanidad. Siento libre como paloma en su vuelo hacia el sol, hacia el sol. Siento libre como una flor en su belleza y esplendor, y esplendor. Siento libre como paloma en su vuelo hacia el sol, hacia el sol. Siento libre como una flor en su belleza y esplendor, esplendor.
Mi claridad, my clarity.
What a lovely song.
It's a long time ago. We
Long
did
time
that
ago,
song.
long time ago.
It's one of the first
Un
songs.
saludo en español para todas las personas que nos están acompañando. Gracias, gracias, gracias por estar acompañándonos hoy y espero que puedan entender todos lo que estamos hablando en inglés. Y si no, vamos a volver a empezar con nuestro programa Alumbra muy, muy pronto, en marzo, y vamos a seguir trayendo invitados especiales, así que sí, que nos acompañen.
Gracias. Wanted to just bring something. We're doing quite a number of different events over the next month and a half. Soruna is doing a few gigs as well. But the next thing that we wanted to talk about is something we're doing next month on the 11th of March in Sutherland at Ascension Yoga Studio in Sutherland. We're going to run a health fundraiser, which we're calling a Circle of Love. We're going to be doing a live meditation music. I'll just add it at the moment. So it's basically it's a live meditation music. We'll be playing live meditation. We'll be doing music, mantras. We're just sort of using the power of sound, mantra, and commands. Commands is where we
identify and release.
Identify and release, yeah. So
we'll take you through a journey, and it will be focusing on healing.
I noticed there you say it says the health fundraiser. The intention of the tickets that go that are on sale for this particular event will go towards my sister. My sister was just recently diagnosed with lymphoma, and whilst we can't necessarily offer any financial assistance, we certainly have the gift of being able to run these meditations, do the music live, and we invite you to be part of that journey, not just because it's a fundraiser, but anyone that is going through their own sickness, anyone who's got family, friends, anyone who's perhaps had relatives or friends or family that have left this physical world and they feel that they need to be able to help release grief, perhaps their judgment of death in particular, their fear of death. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add on that.
Yeah, no, definitely. You are very welcome to participate in this circle. You can bring, what we'll have is, apart from the music, and we'll be using music to support this healing process, we will have an altar, and we'll have obviously Yvette's picture, but we also have pictures of people that might be going through a crisis. So we invite you to, if you're coming, to bring a picture of a loved one that might be going through a difficult moment, whether it's through the illness or any crisis. So then together we actually can infuse positive energy and loving energy, which that's what we've been talking about, the healing powers of love. And we're inviting you to participate. So these are circles that we already been doing for people, to support people that have lost a loved one, and it's been like a circle of love for grief. This time is to supporting health, and we will be doing more of this monthly, probably.
Yeah, I'm just going to share the ticket link. Look, we'd like to thank Lisa as well from Ascension Yoga Studio. She's offering the studio space for free.
Thank you,
Thank you, Lisa. Given that it's a personal fundraiser for my sister, So she's provided it's going to be from 6 o'clock till 8:30 on a Saturday. And again, as Nancy said, just bring something to the altar and as a memento, I guess, as a symbol of that particular person. More than welcome if you yourself feel that you need some sort of healing as well. The power of more people is exactly that. It's very powerful. And as I said, it's really important to surrender to whatever it is you might be going to at the moment, challenges, sickness, or other people that you might be aware of, and just really not see it as a place of being a victim. And I can't imagine what that would be like in that position, but it's about sending positive thoughts to that particular person, or bringing all those positive energies. And that's the reason we're doing this live music meditation. So it's called the Circle of Love, 11th of March at 6 o'clock in Sutherland, really close to the train station. Details are on there and also on the event.
And
the other thing we're also doing towards the end of March.
And we've been doing them for a while now.
Yeah, this is the Ancestral Tree Healing Workshop. We've been doing them for a couple of years now, but this one we're running at Hazelbrook, which is mid-mountains, a really nice, beautiful yoga studio there. The essence of these Ancestral Tree Healing Workshops is to literally look at your ancestral tree, not just information about what you know, names or whatever. It's identifying those patterns and beliefs that have been passed through that you're either repeating, or you're trying to repair a particular trauma that hasn't been dealt with in a previous generation. And it's about taking ownership in this current generation, because if it's affecting you, if there's a particular issue that you're dealing with right now, sometimes those issues aren't necessarily yours. They're things that have been subconsciously passed through that you need to identify, release, and then go, okay, it's not about one day to the next. Often we say, we just don't heal like this. It's a constant journey. But the ancestral tree healing is a methodology that we use that tries to at least open that door to some of that ancestral tree healing. It's a very powerful workshop. We've had such beautiful testimonies from different people where their lives have changed so much, or they've been able to look at a situation very differently to how they would have looked in the past. And I think there was someone that wrote something the other day about it being an eye-opener for them. And again, really powerful. It's mid-mountain, so make a weekend of it. Catch the train up, drive up, bring some friends, and this, immerse yourself in this different modality of healing. And
what we look for when we are looking at our ancestors is situations that were difficult and they didn't know how to deal with. You can only imagine a few decades ago. I mean, if we're struggling at the moment to communicate, and with people are still struggling with emotions, imagine what it was last century or the century before. So people were going through crisis and difficulties on their own, and those unresolved emotions, this is what is passed on through generations, and then we receive that information and we experience that information in our lives. So it's really, like the person said, was an eye opener. And every ancestral tree healing workshop that we run is very different. So you're very welcome to participate in as many as you want. For us, we're always processing stuff and learning about ourselves, because every ancestral tree healing shakes all our branches.
Shakes the tree.
Shakes our tree. So, yes.
25th, Hazelbrook. So
and then we'll be again in Sutherland.
I was just going to add the
and we're going to be doing in Spanish El Transgeneracional en Parramatta. Así que estén atentos, que vamos a estar dando la información de dónde va a ser y qué día va a ser en la sanación del árbol ancestral en Parramatta. Así que en español.
The other exciting news, that was in Spanish for anyone who realised they didn't understand. We're now trying to confuse the captions, I think. So I'm just adding the link to the live right now for the ancestral tree healing. Once that's done, the other exciting news over the last couple of last month or so, we've been working busily on. There's been since 2018. There's a lot that Nancy we have been doing in relation to awakening the senses, which is what we founded in 2018. As some of you may be aware or not aware, there's a lot that we've done associated with that. We've done everything from obviously we've done volunteering. We've obviously got our radio programs. We've done workshops. We've done
one-on-one sessions.
We've done music. Which is through Soluna. We've done kids' books. We've done inspiration cards where we've donated money to
a school in Kenya.
And we felt often when we have been asked, when we tried to explain what we do, we couldn't encapsulate it always very easily, apart from giving someone a business card or whatever. But even then, directing to the Facebook page, it's one part of it. And we felt we needed to consolidate a lot of that information in the one. So we're excited today, Valentine's Day. We've launched our new website, awakeningofthesenses.com.au. This is our new website, which has got a whole bunch of stuff associated in it. There's a lot of drop downs where people can go through the different menu items. There's even a calendar of events there. So any workshops we're running, any Soluna gigs in particular that we're running, we've got that all in one place, and we're putting like all the links to either Facebook or the Eventbrite links. So welcome to the world
of websites.
I'm just going to now add that the senses.com.au. So we're now on the World Wide Web. Let me just check, awakeningthesenses.com.au. That should work, hopefully. If it doesn't, I'll fix it up later. And the other thing we've worked on as well is, as you know, Soluna, Nancy and I, same thing. We've done a lot of music. We've got a YouTube channel. But we also felt we needed to be able to put that on a website as well, where we've got links to music. We've even got a couple of songs that people can download that's not necessarily available on YouTube. People can download, people can have a listen. There's an iTunes link, and there's also a link to a lot of our YouTube videos, which is different playlists, meditation, kids music. So a lot of music that we've written.
Miracle sessions.
Not on the Soluna one.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
Awakening the Senses.
Okay, yes.
So Soluna, again, same thing. Website launch, www.solunamusic.com.au.
Soluna this year, sorry to interrupt, is expanding, and we will be introducing new music with new musicians as well. So just be ready to hear.
Be atento.
Be atento to hear new songs, which you might recognize some of the musicians, international musicians, and some from here as well. So we're very excited about our new projects with Soluna.
Exactly. The other thing we're going to mention too is anyone been aware there's been a lot of bushfires in Chile, in the south of Chile. There's different events that are being run at different things, but Soluna has volunteered to play on the 26th of February at the Kent Street Hotel. Claudia Hunter and her group of people are organising this. I understand the Consulate of Chile are also sponsoring the event. So it's going to be
saludo a todos y gracias por organizar.
So Kent Street Hotel on the 26th. I think it starts at 12 o'clock. I think we're playing about 4:30. But it's a whole a day's event essentially. And the idea is to raise money and send the money to Chile because it's 40 degrees. It's probably one of the most devastating fires that they've had in quite many years. So these things happen, but you know how it happens, particularly in Chile. It seems whenever there's an earthquake or a bushfire or something that happens, we know the community can get together and we raise funds as best we can to help the people that are in need. So yes, 26th of February, Kent Street Hotel. I'll find out how we can get a poster that we can add to the comments on this live that we can get from Claudia, and then go from there. But I haven't got the list of musicians quite yet available. I know that there's a couple of DJs that we're doing stuff. But yeah, Kent Street Hotel, 26th February.
Okay, all right. So I hope to see you all there. And thank you for those that join us on this live. And thank you for the ones that are going to be looking at and watching this video. And make sure you participate on the all the stuff that we're doing, but also stuff that other people are doing in the community. And our community is very active in regards to health. There's many people that are providing support, and that we can use that to keep healing, to keep creating more peace, and adding that to our world. So it's a big responsibility for all of us at the moment, and everybody plays a big part. So just make sure you play yours, and we'll sending you much love.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it today, or was it yesterday, that del Día de la Radio o algo así? There was something about it. But I also want to mention there are so many radio programs that we're doing. We've got Conversando con Luisa that she does. Nilda Moya, who we hosted us for a beautiful dinner a few weeks back. Thank you, Nilda, and Vidaya and Tatiana and all the family who welcomed us to their house. There's so many things, so many. La Tracy also has also is organizing events, and she also has a monthly radio program. Agatha Carmen también. Bola also is doing
Alexandra Trossel, nuestra querida hermana del alma, she's doing a lot of great work with SLASA. And also look at SLASA. SLASA is also providing a lot of different programs and projects for the community. So there's a lot that you can be enjoying.
Make use of it. It's there for you. It's there for the community. It's there. People are doing this out of the love of them and the passion. But if there comes an hour spare that you have, where rather than watching Married at First Sight or some other crappy show on TV and go, you know what, I'm gonna listen to this podcast, or I'm gonna listen to this program, because really there's so much out there that the community, particularly the Hispanic community, are doing, and I think that's something that we seem to forget. We made use of it, I think, during the pandemic, because people were stuck at home and they wanted other forms of entertainment. But I think don't discard the fact that there is a lot that is out there that we can make use of without having to, tell people to do it. But there is a lot. I
want to also mention Karina Machado and Jorge Giordano, because they're also doing amazing work with podcasts. Karina is a writer. She's from Uruguay, but she lived all her life here in Australia. She writes about one of her books is called Spirited Sisters, and it talks about all the experiences that some women have gone in regards to spiritual experiences, seeing spirits to many different experiences in regards to that. And also Giordano, Jorge is talking a lot at the moment through his own experience of losing his wife and connecting with her after she's passed to the next, not to have left their body. And he's been writing a lot, and also with his podcast. So it's all information and wisdom that we can all actually expand our awareness, and also things that you might connect to, but you're too scared to talk to people because they might think that you're crazy. And the reality is that, especially at the moment, many of us are experiencing new things, and many people are seeing things, feeling things, and it's time to share. So join all those that are doing it, and let's make this a bit bigger. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're just going to play one last song called Junto a Ti. It is a Soluna original. It's a beautiful salsa rhythm, and again, sung beautifully by Nancy and me. And Junto a Ti, a beautiful song to be played here on Valentine's. Again, much love to all. Much love whoever's watched live or who's going to watch this later on. Saludos also to the beautiful Hispanic community. We'll be back in March with our Alumbra radio program, and much love to everyone.
Much love.
la oscuridad yo siento amor, en el silencio me uno a ti. En la oscuridad yo veo la luz, veo las estrellas de tus ojos brillar. En la oscuridad yo siento amor, en el silencio me uno a ti. Amándote yo siento claridad, me dejo caer más y más.